Thank you for being here and thank you for waiting. As I told you yesterday, the most important economical concept is opportunity cost. So I have no opportunity cost because I get paid. But you are here because you choose to be here. So thank you very much. Now, the objective of the morning for me is introducing a sort of theoretical principle that can help you to understand what sustainability is about from a theoretical point of view. Okay? The first and most important principle, and this is the most important principle for understanding sustainability, is Engel's law. Engel's law. Do you know Engel's law? No. Any of you have studied Engel's law? No? Nobody? Nobody? Well, Engel's law is an empirical observation that was made by Ernst Engel in the 20th century, that he proved that with a given set of tastes and preferences, if income increased, the proportion of income spent on food decreased. Do you understand? The richer you are, the less important is food expenses for you. And the reverse, the poorer you are, the more important is food expenses for you. Here you can see the graph. When the income grows, we buy more, but the proportion goes down. Right? That is to say, income elasticity of food demand is less than 1. Okay? Do you understand that? Well, now, why this is very important? Who wants to try to answer the question? Why do you think Engel's law is so important?
Maybe it gives us a measure, because now if we know that it's going to be maximum 1, the proportion of food and the others that we are spending, we can make like ratios and it's like a base of calculating?
No. I repeat the principle. If income increases, the proportion of income spent on food decreases. Okay? The poorer an individual, a family or people is, the greater the percentage of the income necessary for the maintenance of their physical subsistence, and in turn, the greater the percentage that might be devoted to food. If we want to boost sustainability, we must be aware that an increase in food price, an increase in electricity price will affect more to the poorest people. I told you yesterday, everything is about finance, about cost. If food is more expensive because of sustainability, we are at the risk of leaving poorest people away of the process. You understand that? This is why we must be very, very aware of sustainability gurus. Because normally they are very rich people. And they don't care about how much money they spend on food. But real people do. Okay? In other words, as per capita income rise, percentage of total spending will fall. Okay. For normal goods and superior goods, the end good is aware. Okay? But for inferior goods, it's totally the reverse. Okay? Public transport is a very good example of Engel good. When you are a student, I remember when I was a student in the 15th century, I used to, normally I went to the faculty by bus, okay? Now I have my car. Which car I have? Which sort of car do you think I have? Electric. I can afford it. I am very sustainable. I don't use public transport. Yesterday I asked you about what the future is. Well, electric car or public transport. Huh? So public transport is a perfect example of Engel good. And food is another example. Huh? Organic food is much more expensive to produce than normal food. Huh? Okay, you must be very aware of this. It's the most important concept about sustainability. Engel. Here you can see the graph. These two graphs are very interesting because they link income and GDP per capita. Okay? And it separates, well, the first graph separates cereal, dairy, fruits, meat, oil and fat. Okay? So you can see how the richer we are, the nicest food we buy. Okay? Pleasure, the best example of this is meat. Pleasure, in Spain we say that the sin is always on the meat. Right? To eat meat is a sin. In fact, sustainability principles say that we must stop eating meat. Okay? Meat is always related to party, to celebration. Huh? And the second graph shows average price elasticity per country related to GDP per capita. Again, you can see how Engel law is always present. Okay? Okay? Again, this is very important. Engel law is the key to understand sustainability. We cannot leave poorest people behind. Okay? Here, here you can see this is the inflation projection for this year in the world. Do you see? Can you see where inflation is going to be higher? Richer or poorest countries?
Developing.
Really? Developed? I see Argentina, I see Africa, Russia. We are scared about rising prices, but we are not really in the heat of the problem, as you can see in the graph, the map. Sorry. And another interesting graph is this one. Okay? And how inflation is going to be in the next year. Again, you can see how emerging economies and developing economies are going to suffer more than us. Okay? Okay? Huh? Now, any questions? The opposite of Engel goods are Veblen goods. Do you know Veblen? Veblen theory of the leisure class? No? Never heard of this? Did?
We learned about it in the basics of economics and college, but I forgot everything about it.
This is the opposite to Engel law. We all want to be leisure class. We all want to be these people. Having good time all the days, plenty of money, etc., etc., etc. Veblen defined the term conspicuous consumption and pecuniary emulation. Pecuniary emulation is envy. It's a nice word for envy. And this behavior gives rise to a consumption that is carried out not only for personal satisfaction, but to make others see or know that one is rich. Again, how many of you own an iPhone? No?
Yeah, that pleasure class.
How many of you own an iPhone, please? Do you really need an iPhone? Do you really need an iPhone? How much is the cost of an iPhone compared to a normal smartphone?
Like 4 times.
Eh? What do you intend to prove using an iPhone? Is a perfect example of Veblen good. Okay? Veblen theory explains why sustainability speech has been built in how good people we are. Okay? Now, for instance, very important, how many of you use perfume every morning? Come on. Do you know, did you know that? Huh? The origin of the perfume industry wasn't for the search of new aromas. It was for hiding our bad aromas. Okay? It's a perfect example again of beverage industry. Okay? Huh? See how nice is life? Huh? And then when price in a beverage good, when price goes up, demand also goes up. The more expensive the good is, the more we want to buy it. Okay? Example, champagne. Huh? We buy champagne. When do we buy champagne? When we want to celebrate. Sorry? New Year. Yeah, it's a big day. It's a big day. We're going to celebrate, so we buy something very expensive. Huh? Here you can see the curve. It's called snob value. The snob value concept is very important to understand sustainability. How much of snob value is in sustainability? Now imagine you are in charge of them. How many of you are studying marketing? How many of you are studying marketing? All of you, no? Imagine you are in charge of developing a new product. Huh? And it has to be sustainable. It has to be sustainable. Question: which strategy will you choose? End product or beverage product?
For marketing, it's easier to go with Dublin because that is a better.
And always, you must always go to beverage goods. It has to be exclusive. It has to be smart. It has to be trendy. Okay? Yesterday, Barbara asked you about vintage shops. Huh? Have you been there?
Yes.
I hate the concept. I'm paying more for something old. I cannot understand. It's very well done. It's a perfect example of beverage good. Okay? They change the message. You are buying something old and used, and you are paying it expensive. Okay? Any question on this? It's very important. Okay. And we have beverage goods have two effects. Okay, there's no effect. The no effect is we prefer these goods because they are different. Okay, so we want to be different, so we buy strange products and we pay more for them. Okay, this is called the snob effect. Huh? Okay? And the other effect is the bandwagon effect. Huh? In Spanish, culo veo, culo quiero. How you would translate culo veo, culo quiero?
The more have the more one, right?
It's bump I
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
bump I want. Okay? You understand the joke?
Yeah.
Eh? This is the bandwagon effect. Eh? The preference for a good increase as the number of people who buy it increase. iPhone. And now, the last concept is about distinction. Distinction. Do you know this movie? Because you are very young. Huh? This movie is called the big meal. Some people meet just for eating a lot. And the film is about eating. Huh? Bourdieu, you know Bourdieu? Bourdieu is a very important sociologist. He wrote Distinction, Criterion and Social Base of Taste. And the principle he proved is that the taste for select and aristocratic food inclined toward a kitchen with tradition, rich and expensive or select products, vegetable, meat, etc. Okay? So the food we buy, the food we eat, the way we cook food, the way we eat food is part of our society. So it's part of our sustainability strategy. Huh? Also the clothes. How many of you look at the place where clothes are produced? When you buy clothes, do you look at the place where the clothes is made? It's very important. You know it's very important? Huh? The CO2 of the traveling. Huh? Do you want, when you finish studying, which sort of contract do you want? An European contract or a Chinese contract? What do you want to be? A Chinese worker or a European worker? Really?
If the money is better.
So if you want to be an European worker, maybe you should promote, when you buy things, the European way of making goods. No? Because if you buy cheap goods that are made in the other part of the world by people that don't have the rights that you have, what are you telling to the industry?
That we are supporting.
This way of producing things. Angle goods or Veblen goods. And sustainability is about this. Okay? Okay, now The second point is eternal growth and criticism. At what time did this lecture finish? At what time now we're supposed to finish? Do you have the technology here?
I think you have a half an hour and we have like, I don't know, 5
Yeah,
minutes.
but we started very late,
Yeah,
so
we started like
we
25.
lost half an hour. Just another question, just another very important concept. Well, any question about Verne and Engel?
No, there you
No,
go.
no, it's clear.
Really, it's very important. I'm speaking very seriously. It's very important. Clothes, food, holidays. How many of you went on holiday this summer? Where?
Croatian coast.
Okay. You?
Valencia.
Valencia. Excellent. And you?
Croatian coast.
Okay. And where did you stay? Where did you stay?
Apartments.
Apartment. And you also?
No, it's my cousin's place and friends.
Oh, friends.
Yeah,
This
my
is,
cousin's place.
this is the best way of traveling. Huh? As my wife said, I don't want to be rich. I want rich friends. Again, the same question. When you stay in a hotel, do you ask about the contact of the people that clean your room? Why?
We don't care.
They are cleaning your room. They have access to all your belongings. And you don't care about how much money they get. When you go to a restaurant, you ask for the contact that the cook has. She is making your food. You eat it. You put the food the cook has cooked in your mouth. In my case, I give it to my son and my daughter. Don't you think we should care about the contact that these people have? Engel and Veblen. These are the two key concepts about sustainability. Okay? So we start.